What's up, everybody? It's B2, and we are going to take a look at the guild battle of PMC versus the Union of Iron. And so this is a battle that's been going on for probably about 3 days now. I can kind of, I guess, check on the... Whoops, always do that wrong button. Yeah, so we're on about day 3 of the battle here, of the accepted challenge. And once they fix the Alliance game bug, right? So I picked France, and DT Smith is Italy here. I believe Saracen. Let's take a look at who's who on here. So yeah, DT's Italy. Santano is China. Undead Spider, India. Iran. Indonesia. Algeria. France, myself, Egypt, and South Africa are the nations that we've taken so far for this match. So we had to make a decision on which way to go and how we were going to attack this, and it's based on how your opponent's loading the game, right? So, you know, we kind of had the theory for this match. We wanted to try like 3 or 4 different methods, and so the first one we wanted to do was cut off the Africa from Europe, right? So that would be like a really good start. So Algeria and Egypt, Iran, India, China, you kind of split the globe in half. You can also do it up and down too, right? You take South Africa, Congo, Egypt. You come into Italy and Poland and Germany and Sweden, and you can cut the map off left to right. You can do a lot of different stuff, but the basic strategy is to work with your team. You know, there's no perfect, like, you take this country and research that, and we do that, and people specialize, and we're very, very effective with it. But you can adapt that strategy to fit any sort of way, right? So if you know that you picked Algeria because they're very strong in tanks, then you definitely want to move your tanks into a position to use them. That's common sense, right? You wouldn't pick Congo and try to have a really strong navy. You have one port. You know what I mean? What are you going to do, sail around on this lake down here? I mean, come on. So we conquered Eindhoven from Germany. So what happened was we decided that being France and Italy and being side by side, we wanted to close this border and take Switzerland and take Belgium. But when I came into Belgium, Germany was moving across towards Amsterdam, and so we decided to take advantage of that and attack from all 3 sides. So we had France coming up through here to Cologne and Frankfurt. We had Italy just go ham and run through the entire southern part last night and the northern part this afternoon. That's the advantage of airborne. And you can see he's used a little bit of gold to push through too, which is not illegal, right? So you want to take advantage of every positive influence you can on your match to come through here. And you find that very common in the top alliances where somebody will use gold during the match. So love it or hate it, it's part of the game that you have to deal with. So then we also had Sweden coming through, who is producing a fleet and coming through with corvettes, right? And those will come into play. What really the great way to do that, because we have another active player here at Poland who is not on our team, is going to get shelled on his coastline, basically. So you can kiss these 2 towns goodbye right here. DT, I'd imagine, would probably what will happen is if nobody else joins from their alliance, we're going to leave Spain and UK unchecked for now and roll through Europe and settle up the rest of it, because now we can bring the corvettes down and handle the top of Poland and just bombard their towns, as well as I can just walk right through and fly over to Vienna and come through Bratislava, Budapest, and start taking countries over there, right? The other thing that you want to do is you want to have things in place as backups. So like if you have a player who's coming through Iran and Egypt here, they're probably going to take Saudi Arabia and then come up north through Turkey, and then they'll take each direction, right? So Egypt will probably come up through here, Iran will go straight, and then we'll march straight across here into Russia and take out one of their largest landmass players. Not one of the largest well, I think he has probably the largest VP too, because that's the way they start. Let's see. Yeah, see, he had a 142. We've already trade embargoed him, which is probably the first thing you should do in an alliance battle when you get in there, is trade embargo your enemies. It does a couple of things, but mainly for me, I can see them on the map there, and they change colors, right? So like, let's say if I wanted to go into Poland, I believe I have it set. Yeah, but they haven't trade embargoed me back, which means they're not even that active. So interesting enough. But you can see that's pretty much the plan. We're going to need 2731 VP to win the match. We're sitting at 1163, so roughly 1560, 1570 is what we have left to win. And we should be able to handle that in probably like the next 7 or 8 days, to be honest. With 10 players, you know, each player should be doing about 30 to 40 VP a day with a town or two and then a bunch of provinces. And then you're going to have the guys who are your airborners who are jumping around all over the map. Like this, I would say if this goes past about 10 days, I would be surprised. So, as well as when your towns start to advance and you start to gain populations and all that stuff, you're going to gain VP naturally just by your towns advancing. So invest in your economic stuff too. And the guys who are the military guys, just support them. So anyway, that's kind of like the general theme for this game. I wanted to show the current map and the state that it is. And if we look around just one more time to see where all the players are, we can kind of get an idea of what's going on. So anyway, it's B2. I just wanted to show you the private military incorporated versus the Union of Iron. And this is the day 3 update of this. So hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you guys. See ya.